coffee plants. We are on the Bo Laven plateau, Bo Laven, which is the cradle of coffee in the Lao P.D.R. Although in recent years they have been growing coffee further north of Luang Prabang, Luang Nam Ta, that area. But this is the birthplace of coffee in Laos. And why this place specifically? Because this is at least one of the first plantations on Bo Laven. Cultivated here by the French at the time. And this is, according to some of the books, the first coffee plantation on Bo Laven. You can see here some leftovers from buildings on the floor still. And more specifically, a little bit up, you'll find one of the first roasting ovens that still remains here in between some other leftovers from stone buildings that the French constructed here. This is a little known place. It's not mentioned in tourist information or other books. As far as I know, there is only one book that mentions this place, and this is how I got here actually. I will need to dig up the title of that book if anyone is interested. But as you can see, this is full of leftovers from that period. You can see the remains of a probably a house or a storage or whatever it was. And the walls still remain. And freshly planted coffee plants. The roasting oven, as they call it, still in place. Probably 100 years or so after. But as you can see, this is the cradle of coffee in the Lao P.D.R. Fascinating place. Another piece of the leftovers. I don't know what this is supposed to be or what it was for, but it's a part of a construction that is left here on the premises in between the coffee plants now. So this sits just beside the road. For those interested in having a peek, having a look, you will, coming from Paksay, you'll ride up the Bo Laven plateau. I think it's the E16 or 16E road, up until kilometer 40. Lac Sisip, Lac 40, and on the right hand side of the road you'll find the coffee plantation and coffee shop of Lac Sisip, where you can have a wander through the coffee plantation as well as green tea, drying, and have a cup of coffee. And then approximately a kilometer I would say further down that same road, you have a little dust road going to the left. And you ride up that dust road and then take the first left at one of the large electrical poles, as you can see, that runs straight overhead here. And then you continue down that road. I would say it's about 150, 200 meters, where there's a bend in the road, first to the right and then to the left. And just down there you'll find these leftovers. As far as I know, the only evidence of the earlier French coffee plantations. Here we are at the Lac 40 coffee plantation. As you can see, this is what these coffee plants grow up to. And it's this is an established and older plantation, not one of the largest, but still a fair idea. Let me show you how what the beans look like. So these ones are probably about ripe to be harvested. And the cherry needs to be taken off of the seed, because inside these is where the coffee beans are. After that it's washed and cleaned and selected, and then obviously roasted, which is probably one of the most important parts of the coffee, which gives it the taste, the color, the aroma, and so on. We'll have a stroll back to the front of the plantation, which ends up at the ongoing main road from Pak Se over to Pak Song on the plateau. And on this plantation people can have a tour and get the explanation of the local specialists that are working on the plantation in general. Well, I've just been informed that it's harvesting time. So once again, the colored ones, the red ones, are the ripe ones, and the yellow ones are getting there, and the green ones still need a little bit more sunshine. And as said, then the cherries will be peeled or taken off, and then what we get is the beans itself, which then are dried naturally in the wind and the warmth of the plantation. And then they are ready to move up to the front, where they'll get roasted. Here you can see the cherries. So these are the harvested red cherries that are drying here, and after this they will get washed and peeled off to ultimately get the beans ready for roasting and ready for your copper. So this is a plantation that has been opened up for the public uh, obviously restricted to certain areas, because otherwise people will be damaging the plants or the cherries. And this is the very nice way to experience a plantation. And they've got all the facilities here. Up here we find the which is not in process at the moment because I think it's not the time. But here you can find the drying oven of the green tea, which is a timely process as well. So they put the leaves in on the other side and they go through a heating process while this machine is turning. Then they come out and they're placed on a still warm plate here, where they moisture out, and then they're ready to be packed and sold in front of the shop as green tea, white tea, and all these natural teas that they have here. And then we get to the ultimate goal, which is obviously selling the coffees, being it either in packaged or sold as drinks. Which is or has become a pretty lucrative business, as you can imagine. Well, I think I'll leave it to this as for the coffee at the moment, and see you next time on the next subject, on another place and another video. Thank you for watching.